So we're going to make some pinholes for our digital cameras today. I'm going to be making one for a Fuji XPro2, and the first thing you want to do is measure the flange to focal plane distance, and that's going to determine the focal length of your lens essentially, or your lensless lens. Start with a body cap by drilling a hole through it so you can attach your pinhole to that. Once you've done that, you want to take your can, cut the top and the bottom off using a pair of scissors. You're not going to need those. You're just going to use that flat strip from the center. Clean it up, cut it into some strips. You're going to need to turn those strips black. If you've got one of those, you can use a can of this. Or a couple of black permanent markers work too. I find it hard to color in the lines, so I'm going to protect the table surface with this napkin. I'm going to take my aluminum and just blacken in a bit of the back so that it's not going to reflect light back onto the sensor. It doesn't have to be the entire piece, just enough to cover in the hole on the body cap. Now you want to take a ballpoint pen and just make a little dent in the aluminum. And what that'll do is raise the other side, and then you can take a little bit of sandpaper and just sand that dent away. You don't want to sand all the way through. The idea here is that you're making the aluminum just a little bit thinner where the pinhole is actually going to go. So here's where we're going to make the pinhole. We're just going to use the very tip of the pin, and we're just going to press it very gently against the aluminum. And we're going to put it in the center of where we raised that little dent, and we're just going to twist the pin back and forth, not looking to drive the pin through it, but to use the pin more as a drill. So I like to take a really magnified image of the pinhole, mostly to check to see how round it is or whether I have any burrs. You can use a macro lens to make a photo of your pinhole, and then from that photo you can calculate the size of your pinhole. Mine's a half-life size macro lens, meaning my pinhole was 50 pixels across, and each pixel was 1/255th of a millimeter. So I've got an f-stop ultimately that works out to be f90. In order to calculate that, you take your focal length, divide it by your pinhole diameter, which was 17.7 millimeters, and I had a 0.196 millimeter pinhole, and that gave me f90. So you throw the body cap on your camera, and you go out and take some photos.